Do you know how to choose the right type of entity for your business? Well, that's what we're going to cover today. Remember to stick around till the end because we've got a special bonus install for you. The main entities people use for real estate specifically is going to be LLCs, S-Corps, and partnerships. Hands down the best way to go because you get limited liability protection. It's all about protecting yourself in this case because things can go sideways and we want to make sure at all times we're good to go. My personal favorite is the LLC because when we structure our trusts, we can have the LLC here and the trust can be a member of the LLC. So the trust can be a member of that. You can be a member of that as well. And anyone else you pretty much want can also be a member of that LLC. Very easy to do, limits the liability, it's pretty cheap. So that's my personal preference on why an LLC, if I can spell it right, an LLC is better than using an S-Corp or a partnership. The benefits of the LLC speak for themselves, right? Because the way I would set it up, I want to go into a trust because I'm going to get so many more benefits from a trust compared to an S-Corp and a partnership. So the main reason I'm doing it is the LLC from here will go straight into the trust. And the trust then has the keys to the kingdom from the way I'm set up. Most people don't have this trust set up, so it could be questionable whether an S-Corp is better for you. There's pros and cons of both sides, and again, everyone's situation is different, so make sure you do consult with your CPA to see why one would be better than another. But for me personally, I have a trust structure set up, so having an LLC going into the trust is a no-brainer. Hands down, that works the best. But if you don't have that on the back end, right, then an S-Corp might make more sense. It just depends what you're trying to achieve in your real estate investment. Choosing the right legal entity, it's all part of the same thing, right? We're talking about legality now because the rules are different. A simple example of this is in an S-Corp, you can get to use a payroll deduction. In an LLC, you can't use that deduction. But a trust supersedes all of that. So it doesn't really matter what you are on the front end if the back end is all optimized, right? So this is just kind of leading up to the trust structure where all the power and magic really happens here rather than whether it's S or whether it's LLC. Like, this is the lower level stuff. This is what you want to ascend to as where the power is. And the key here is all about protection. There's an offensive game and then there's a defensive game, but you want to protect personal assets from business liabilities. And you're going to do that in an LLC and an S-Corp and a C-Corp. So from a protection standpoint, as long as it's not in your own personal name as an individual, that is going to be the most risky. Do not do that, whatever you do. Make sure it's in one of these three types of entities as a bare minimum, because then at least you get that limited liability protection and your personal assets aren't at risk. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Let's say you have your own house in your personal name and you buy some investment properties and you put them in your personal name. Something goes wrong with the investment property and someone comes after you, tries to sue you, slip or fall or whatever. They can come after all of your assets because you own that investment property and you own your personal residence. Now imagine how that would make you feel. You worked really hard, you've got a house, you've got a couple of investment properties, and now you're getting sued because you didn't put it into the right type of entity, and now someone's coming after your whole bag of tricks. Unfortunately, that is the case for a lot of people. So the reason I share this with you is that you can protect yourself and your family in a more efficient manner by having each asset in its own entity, whether that's an LLC, S-Corp, partnership, or even if it's a trust, right? It could even be directly owned by a trust. And for those of you that have stuck around till the end, that is the bonus right there. These are the main types of entities that everyone will tell you to go set up, but really the power is here in the trust. You can have your real estate asset owned directly by a trust, and if it's the right type of trust, it will be a complex trust. because that right there is going to give you the most amount of protection compared to anything right here. So, thanks for sticking around till the end. You found out what the secret bonus was. If you've liked this video or if it's given you any value at all, please share it, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, because it does make a real difference in the algorithm for us. And anything we can do to help and add value, leave some comments below. We will answer them. We'll even make a special video answering them just for you. We also have a community. If you've liked the video and you've got any value from it, click the link below, join our community page where you can find all the best and latest tax tips, loopholes, and structures, so there's something for everybody, regardless of if you're a high net worth person or not, you'll still find a home in our community. Remember, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. I'm Casey Chohan, the Tax Bloke.